it's not a joke. So if this video can actually save a life. What's up, warriors? Welcome to Vlogmas 23. We're running a little late, we're running a little behind, and I apologize profusely. I did get sick, and yesterday I was just in no spirits, it was just not happening. So you will still get 25 days of Vlogmas, but unfortunately we might have to go a little bit past the whole December 25th goal, which is okay because honestly I was on a 22-day streak, and for my first time doing Vlogmas, I would say that's not bad. In today's vlog, I would really like to actually discuss something that is a serious issue that oftentimes gets overlooked, and that is SAD, Seasonal Affective Disorder, which is also known as the winter blues, or yeah, that's pretty much it, winter blues. Winter depression, seasonal depression, anything like that. And it's basically our days are shorter, we are exposed to sunlight a lot less, and therefore we are deficient in vitamin D, and therefore we do not produce as much serotonin, which is the hormone that makes us happy. So we get a lot less of that, and it doesn't affect everyone as bad. Some people are not affected by it at all, but for those who are affected, I think it's important that that you take the time to recognize it and not necessarily just try to sweep it under the rug and kind of hope that it'll eventually go away. It's something that I want to talk about because I know from experience, I experience it, I suffer with it every year. Sometimes it's a lot worse and sometimes it's manageable. And I find that there are definitely different strategies in kind of helping yourself through that. And so I kind of wanted to go over some of those things. A couple of them are definitely going to be a lot easier said than done. And so before you start attacking me with this, like, you don't know, I do know. So I'm going to go with solutions that run from like the cheapest solutions, cheapest and easiest, immediate solutions, to things that are a bit more long-term and maybe a little bit more expensive and a little bit more of an investment. So the number one cheapest and easiest solution would probably be to practice meditation and gratitude. Again, I know that is easier said than done because oftentimes it has reverse effects when I sit there and think to myself, well, my life is really not that bad. Why the hell am I so pissed off right now? It actually makes me even more almost upset sometimes because it's like, how dare you not be grateful, you know? But I mean, you also have to, in the moment, you have to forgive yourself, knowing well that it is a hormonal imbalance and that it's not something that is necessarily within your control. It does not make you ungrateful, it does not make you a bad person. It's just something that happens every year, and you will get through it. Being more social and taking part in more activities, again, even though I know that oftentimes, like when it's like really crappy out, and I'm talking about like we Canadians who have it real shit outside, maybe not necessarily in like sunny California or Florida. I can't imagine it necessarily being the exact same thing. It's hard to like bundle up and get out there. You know, I know for myself, I often get very antisocial in the winter. I don't want to see anyone, I don't want to go out, I'm much more comfortable indoors. But it helps so much to get that fresh air, even though it's like sometimes a little too fresh, it does help. And so you do need to push past that, I don't feel like it, and just get out there and see your friends, see some family, see people who make you happy, who make you feel good, do things that make you feel good. And don't stop taking care of yourself either. All of your daily like grooming routines and stuff like that, don't stop that just because it's winter. I go insane when I see like the, oh, it's winter, we don't have to shave our legs, like memes. I'm just like, oh God, no. I try to maintain all of the steps in which I take to take care of myself. Like I would never want to feel like suddenly because it's winter and I have to wear all kinds of layers that like I would allow myself to be neglectful towards my self-care. Does that make any sense? It might seem dumb, but like those little things play on your psychology and how you view yourself and stuff like that on a day-to-day basis. Now we're gonna start looking into like little dollar signs a little bit. One thing I had started doing was upping my vitamin D intake. It doesn't necessarily have the exact same effects that getting direct sunlight would, But it does make that itty bit a little difference if you're going from not taking it at all to suddenly taking it. So that's definitely like a one step I would definitely make sure you're doing. If you're not taking it, before you do anything else, I would definitely consider taking vitamin D before you start taking any other steps, because if it's just that little baby step that's gonna help, definitely start with that. My next tip, this one I would definitely, it's not my favorite recommendation, but I know it kind of helped me. Tanning beds. I don't know if it's actually scientifically proven to help, but it definitely has a placebo effect if that's not the case. And I know because I did try that method last year, and even like 7 minutes like a week, I really tried to keep it to a minimum. I felt like I had a lot more energy after that. I felt a lot more replenished. It's not enough to give me like this like crazy awesome tan, but it's enough to just give me that, like, you know, 7 minutes in Cuba kind of like feel. Again, it may be a placebo effect, and I don't necessarily like recommending this because it really isn't the best thing for your skin, but I'd rather do that than feel the way I sometimes feel in the wintertime. You know what I'm saying? The next thing, I have yet to try this, and I would eventually like to, are the happy lamps. These are lamps that basically give you, that have the same effect as UV rays. Apparently half an hour a day, just like away from your face, like don't sit there in the light, but like have it next to you, maybe while you're reading a book or something. But apparently half an hour a day is supposed to make a huge difference, it's supposed to help. I think those range, I think they're like 80 to 100 bucks on Amazon. So that's something I'm definitely going to be looking into for myself, especially since that's probably not as damaging to your skin as a tanning bed would be. And I will keep you posted on that if I do end up trying it out. This one's a little bit more expensive, but if you can, and this is something I definitely have done, is take a vacation. Take a vacation, go down south for a week. Even just a week, I find helped me a lot. It broke up, like I went right in like February, mid-February, when it's like really, really bad. I found that it like really helped break up the time a little bit. I felt replenished, I was rested, I got lots of sun, and I was able to kind of like tough out the rest of the months. It doesn't like fix everything, but it helps you kind of tough it out a bit. It gives you something to look forward to. And when you get back, you're kind of just like, all right, there's not that much winter left. We can do this. And then finally, now this is a bit more of a long-term investment, and this is to, and especially if it's really, really bad, seek professional help. There is no shame in that, because at the end of the day, this is the quality of your life that we're talking about. Think of yourself and what kind of life you can provide for yourself in that kind of state, you know? And when I say seek professional help, it can be for a million different reasons. Maybe it's not seasonal affective disorder. Maybe it's bipolar. Actually, apparently a lot of people find out they have bipolar disorder through seasonal affective disorder because they don't realize that that is part of just their trend. Sometimes it's not SAD, sometimes it's even just you have deeper issues that you need to resolve, and it just happens to come out now for whatever said reason. Sometimes it's even just a matter of needing medication, and I'm not one who's all about like medicating the crap out of people all the time, but for some things it really does help, and for some people they really do need it, and it is what it is. And if it's something that you particularly need, I mean, you're an adult, you can decide for yourself whether or not you want to take medication for it or not. I'm not a pharmacist, I'm not a doctor. I can't necessarily recommend or prescribe you with anything, but a professional can. And you can get second opinions if you don't necessarily have 100% faith in them. But again, like I said, this is your life and this is something that you should not neglect. I really do hope this video actually gets to reach people who deal with this on a regular basis. If you know anybody who does, please share this video. I mean, I know I put up a lot of like fitness, fun, lifestyle, food related videos, but if there's any video that I really would like for you to share, is probably this one. Like I said, SAD gets overlooked a lot. It gets swept under the rug as just like, oh, I'm just sad because it's cold outside, but it goes beyond that, and it can be a lot more damaging to you, to your life, than you might think. Suicide rates actually do increase between this time, around this time of year, between I think Christmas and Valentine's Day. So it's not a joke. And I can only hope that this video would maybe even save a life. And so that's it. That's it for Vlogmas 23. That's all I wanted to talk about in this video. In the next coming videos, you'll get to see like all the holiday festivities. Maybe I'll even film a little bit of my like meetup demo on Boxing Day. And I definitely have a New Year's video that I would like to present to you guys. It's crazy that this year is already like over. Did this year not fly by to anybody else? Let me know. I would just like to wish all of you a very, very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Holidays. Whatever it is that you celebrate, I hope it's wonderful, and I hope it's filled with love and lots of laughter. So on that note, please give the video a thumbs up, follow me on all my social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys in the next video.